video has been sent to me by pretty much everybody in my chat and Gacha Smack personally, and it's made by a very good content creator whom I admire very much by the name of Genocide. The Redemption of Wuthering Waves in Zenless Zone Zero. This sounds very interesting, but why do they want my reaction to it? I wonder why. Let's see.
2025 has finally arrived, and in 2024...
Guys, you know what's crazy? 9/11 was 45 years ago. Yep, let that sink in, guys. Let that sink in.
We had two very prominent children's gambling simulator games released, Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero. Now, in most cases, this would only be a cause for celebration because now everyone has more games to play. However, Gacha game players are a tribalistic bunch, and after you waste hundreds of hours or steal enough money off your mom's credit card, eventually you find the need to justify yourself.
All those kids should be beat. All of them should beat your kids. Beat your kids. Your kids wouldn't do that if they weren't greedy and stupid. Take out the chunkla. Hit them in the head. Oh, okay. Yeah, W abuse.
Somehow. This caused one of the most toxic wars I've ever seen between fandoms over which game was better, with seemingly both at each other's throats when in reality, it was just 0.1% of chronically online morons in their communities non-stop trashing each other on Twitter. If someone praised one or criticized the other, you'd be labeled accordingly a curlbot or a Hoyo shill named after the developers Curl Games and Hoyoverse.
You know what's crazy? I don't think I've ever been labeled as either. I don't. I can't recall a time where anybody ever put me into a bubble. Like, obviously, St. Tontas is a Kurobot. Obviously, Mr. Pokey is a Hoyo shill. I don't think I've ever been labeled as either. I think I'm more Kuro-leaning. You're part of the bald community, neither of the two. Oh, okay, great.
On the first of every single month, the two would battle it out on the Gacha Games subreddit using the Gacha revenue charts to...
I miss this shit! Yo, my game's better because it's more predatory. Yep. So, it is what it is. Yep. My game's more predatory than yours, which means it's better. Stupid. Wow, you only spent $5 to get your character? I spent $400. So, who's the real winner?
Prove that their game is better than the other, or justify why they spent their college fund on a PNG. However, this...
Joke's on you. I didn't go to college. I don't need college to be an anime master. Okay, I need to stop interrupting this. Sorry, Genocide.
War is not the point of the video. No, rather the purpose is to illustrate how both of these games have recently done something incredibly impressive that is rarely
take the game that's mid and then make it good.
Ever seen in the gacha sphere, and how it could affect the future of high-budget gacha games. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. I'll be making more videos like this, or go to twitch.tv/genocide as I stream daily. Recently, both Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero have released some enormous changes to their games. Patch 1.4...
Yeah, they took Astra's boobs from Alpha and they made them bigger.
For Zenless fundamentally overhauled multiple core systems of the game.
Yeah, she was amazing.
Character ults, removing the TVs from the main story, and excited a ton of players with events, freebies, and a long-awaited character release. Wuthering Waves released version 2.0, exceeding players' expectations in multiple ways by making a new continent with really unique biomes and a flight system making exploration exciting again, while also writing a well-received story and hyping players with new characters. These two updates were not only...
Wuthering Waves is the only gacha game currently that I'm still playing actively offline. That's how good it is. It's fucking incredible.
The largest to happen to their respective games, but also have done the impossible, actually listening to the players for once, which never happens. This shows they actually can put
that being said, Zenless Zone Zero is the one that I come to the most.
Effort in and listen to players to make a better experience for
Which
everyone.
is important.
Just most gacha games don't. Many players will always settle for less in games they enjoy and often defend them to the death. But through valid criticism and possibly lowering revenues, both games were able to improve to what they are today. Whether players want to...
Yeah, you want to know why that is? The less they make, the more they listen. The less they sell, the less they wear. And that is a tale as old as time. To all of you dumb buying the new units in Genshin Impact, if you were to simply vote with your wallet, you would get better changes. If Genshin Impact drops revenue by 60%, you're going to get the game to be better by 60%. And that's the bottom line.
To admit it or not, if the games had never begun to falter or have to compete with other games, they may never have reached this point. Competition leads to excellence, and with so many games in the market, unless you step it up, you really won't be noticed. Well, unless you're some garbage like Fake Grand Order. However, since their launches, I had seen both communities very defensive of their game against all criticism. Now, obviously, not all of it is valid. Especially after release, people who hate the game will trash it, like me, but then they move on and you'll hear less negativity. As the company, it's important to sift through the criticism and find valid and real ones for games to be better. Both Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero had previously released fairly close to one another for being such huge releases in the gacha sphere, which immediately started some conflict despite being completely different genres of games. You may as well compare Path of Exile 2 to Marvel Rivals. However, both have one thing I believe
Marvel Rivals is better because, want to know why? Because Path to Exile 2 doesn't have Jeff the Shark. And Jeff the Shark's my favorite character because he eats people and he goes nom nom. So Path of Exile 2 devs, I think you should add in Jeff the Shark as a playable character. That'll make the game do better. That's what I think. So I was reading Captain Cabinet's opinion on how to make the game better. Anyways.
Was in common. They were both released prematurely. Let me explain by talking about them one at a time. Wuthering Waves on release had numerous issues. It had terrible optimization to the point many couldn't play, and people's phones were basically nuclear reactors Chernobyl 2, and even on PC it could crash or lag. The story and voice acting was abysmal. They had recently rewritten the entire story after negative feedback, and realistically, it's pretty hard to rewrite so much in a short amount of time and have it work, and it really showed. Thank God they had
thank God they added skip so you can skip the first 3 fucking chapters. Wuthering Waves will literally gain 5% new playership every fucking month if they were to just rewrite the first 3 acts. Because the barrier to entry is so fucking bad. And when you have to skip what should be the hook of your game, it's really, really, really not a good look.
Had a skip button. As for the voice acting,
are you feeling all right?
Okay. Whoever the VA director was clearly hadn't ever heard English before because even Jeff Bezos sounds more human. While the game overall had a good skeleton, it required large updates to truly become what it was meant to be. Firstly, the 1.1 update added better story, voice acting, and music with Mount Firmament. Also a lot of optimization. Then 1.3 pushed the story, music, and area design even further with the Black Shores, and a lot more optimization. Now finally in 2.0, the game has improved almost every single facet from the base game with insane upgrades to exploration and area design, and now the music has elevated itself to bangers you actually enjoy instead of boring.
And 2.0 might be the only gacha game version ever that has recaptured and enhanced the hype that I got on 1.0. Yeah, 2.0's exploration was so genius because it does what other games don't do, and that is gives you something tangible that's not, oh, here's 25 cents of free asteroid. Take that and go have your fun. No, it gives you real in-game upgrades by exploring. And the increased flight stamina is fucking amazing. Now, obviously, I wish that if you explored everything, you get a cosmetic. It's you get the explorer's cap, right? Super simple. Your character can wear a fucking cap. Or have the little explorer gopher. And a little gopher will follow you because you explored everything. And they don't have that, and that's fine, but at least you get something tangible. It's so nice.
Noise. Also, this update probably would have been received well by players and considered a great patch normally, but the real cherry on top, the actual best part of the entire update, is the flying system. Genuinely. Not even a meme. This actually changes everything. And once you try them, you literally cannot go back to 1.0. That trash-ass no-fly zone feels worse than a Dark Souls swamp. Running is for complete losers, and I'm never going back.
Okay, I'm going to be real. If you don't like the Dark Souls swamp, it's just because you're bad. Yep. Dark Souls 1 Blighttown isn't even bad. I would argue to say it's one of the best areas. You just gotta not be dumb. You just gotta not be dumb. Sorry, guys. I hope they have more poison swamps. Guys, Blighttown took me less than 20 minutes to beat all of it. Didn't you quit every game? I've literally beaten Dark Souls 1 on stream twice, as well as Elden Ring. I haven't gotten through the DLC, but I'll do that shit fucking later. Okay, I'll do that shit. Elden Ring didn't even have any bad swamps. I don't even remember a bad swamp in Elden Ring. I just think it's a skill issue, guys. I'm going to say it. Miyazaki wanted to add 3 times his swamp, but his team strapped them. Well, they shouldn't have. The swamps were great. Let Miyazaki cook, man.
Next.
Oh, by the way, I still need to get a Vinland Saga tattoo and a From Software tattoo. So if you guys can think of any ideas, let me know. Because I got my Berserk one, but now I need more shit. I want to fill out an entire sleeve of all of my favorite video games. Yeah, so I need something like that. I also need to get a Banjo-Kazooie tattoo as well.
Zenless Zone Zero. While the game overall was much more polished than Wuthering Waves on launch, it still had some huge underlying issues. Firstly, it had the TV puzzle system. Everybody loves that system, right? But it was
So
widely
good.
hated by players, even in previous betas, and replaced a large chunk of the gameplay. Also, the average age of players was probably too young to even know what the hell a CRT TV is. So unless they play Smash Bros. Melee, they probably were confused what they were even looking at. This system was so polarizing that they even stated on Twitter they would remove it, only to then retract the statement shortly after due to backlash. Secondly, some of the gameplay decisions made no sense, such as every character sharing the same ultimate bar. You would only ever use the strongest character's ult and never even see the other team members, which anyone who played for an hour could honestly tell you. Duh, you're gonna ult with your strongest member, right? Also, they didn't really have any endgame to play, so there wasn't much point in getting that much stronger.
Yeah, the endgame for ZZZ was quitting the game when you
ran out of
realized it was
content really
shit.
quickly. Now, since the start, they've improved the game in tons of quality of life ways, even allowing you to run around as an 8-foot tall furry if you're really into it.
Now, I will say the best part of ZZZ was quitting the game, coming back, and then getting the Belle cutscene where she tells you how much she missed you and how she has a present waiting for you in her bedroom, right? That was the best part. And that cutscene gets me bricked up immediately every time I see it.
To that. They've also added way more games to the arcade and are slowly fleshing out some more. They added multiple endgame modes to play, including an infinite tower to challenge, finally making a big budget gacha have more difficult replayable content. They also made Miyabi, who is easily the most fun character in the game at the moment, while also
You say fun, I say horrifically overpowered.
power creeping everything previous. Imagine playing Ellen Joe in 2025. They're even making a
True.
skin and a story for this sorry ass shark girl.
Yeah, now all Ellen Joe does is just get banged out. Wait, did you say Shark Girl? It's Jeff the Shark's girlfriend. I love Zenless Zone Zero.
Just so you don't forget she exists. Now, you might disagree. You might say the games weren't released early. However, when you compare the 1.0 launches to what they are now, it's night and day. Not only in content, but also in quality of life, core game fixes, and player satisfaction. Most gacha games do not improve to this degree in such a short span.
True.
In fact, it is such a stark contrast that I don't even see the two communities fighting anymore because they're actually enjoying their games rather than projecting their dissatisfactions towards another community. Have you
Yeah, until Mr. Pokey or Saint Tontas or some other gacha CC decides they don't have enough attention and then say, I think this thing is stupid. And then it drives everybody fucking insane. They're just like, shut up!
ever noticed that when there's no content or anything new in a game, the community starts to get into all sorts of drama and unrest?
Fake news. China.
Obviously, content creators want to make content on that kind of stuff, but also just way more negativity and animosity between players as well. Suddenly, the two games have had the drama well dry up because they actually elevated the levels of their games so players can stop bitching. Now,
Yep, so now, oh God, Jesus Christ. I just think everybody should be mature, adult, and reasonable. And let's just all shit on Genshin Impact because we know that game's bad, right? So direct all of your negativity and hatred towards that game and leave ZZZ and Wuwa alone. That's what I think. And then just play some Terraria, man. It's great.
the drama's in Honkai Star Rail where it belongs.
Okay, listen. Your words, not mine.
Now, there is one thing I would like to note for anyone watching. I actually don't enjoy Zenless or play it anymore. However, that doesn't diminish my respect for developers that actually improve their games to please the players.
That's fair.
Did they listen and overhaul so much for money and player numbers?
So here's my thing. ZZZ and Wuthering Waves are the only two games that I actually play. Honkai Star Rail, I haven't touched in weeks. I have no excitement or any want to complete the Honkai Star Rail story because, guys, I'm gonna say it is just too long. It is. And once again, I enjoyed it for what I played, but I didn't enjoy it enough to where I wanted to beat it. That's the problem, and it sucks. And the gameplay doesn't do enough for me to want to play it over ZZZ or Wuwa. Right? Like Wuwa, I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, let's go. ZZZ, I'm like, yep, spacebar, left click. And I'm like, dude, I'm so fucking good. Like ZZZ is where I go when I need to pretend that I'm 31 years old and I'm actually still good at the video game. And Wuthering Waves is a game where I'm just like, oh, fuck, finally. All right, I'm just going to fly around on my wings and collect these little cubes. Do TOA? Yeah, I don't know about that one, man, but yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it. I should do TOA. I just don't know when.
Yeah, probably, since it never happened in Genshin or Honkai to this degree. However, that doesn't mean the developers aren't also passionate about the game. I don't have to like the game to acknowledge when it does something right.
I
If
think
more
that's
developers
very
did
fair.
this, then the competition would also have to, essentially creating an arms race of better games.
Absolutely.
Bigger patches and more improvements, otherwise they'd fail.
Papa
Too many
John's.
successful games sit on their ass and improve nothing, even when they have the ability to. Just look at fake
I think we can all agree that Honkai Star Rail doesn't feel like Honkai Star Rail 3.0. It feels like Honkai Star Rail 1.0, but on a different planet. It does not feel like a new game. It doesn't. Zenless Zone Zero feels like a new game. Wuthering Waves feels like a new game. HSR just feels like, okay, we're on Infinite Planet now. That's pretty much it. Genshin Impact feels the exact same as 1.0. Oh, but now you get to use the lime green color. You get to use Dendropolis. Yeah, you all get to go to Dendropolis and take your water and your plant, and you water the plant, and then you shock the plant. Look at that, everything's exploding. Oh, isn't Nahida so cute? I love Nahida. She's so cute. She's my favorite character in Genshin Impact. It's just like, all right, dude. It just doesn't feel different. It's nice seeing updates that actually feel like updates.
Ground Order. The game's garbage and never improves, but still makes so much money just because there was an early game with a huge IP behind it. And look at how many non-gacha games got destroyed by tiny developed indie games last year.
And the game award goes to Balatro. Congratulations again, local fans.
Yep.
Competition breeds excellence. For us,
True.
the players,
And I breed your mother.
this is literally a win-win. When players begin to spend and play less, it sends alarm bells to the company to begin change immediately, which let them push out such good updates sooner rather than in 2.0. Also,
Balatro is genuinely good. Hexjuice, shut the f up, you Balatro bot.
I just enjoy
We got another Balatro shell here, guys. Get her out. Get her out.
seeing people genuinely having fun and enjoying their game rather than pretending to like every little thing as though the game's amazing constantly when they give you one pull or some crap. Finally, there's one huge thing that we've all learned together. If players quit or stop spending money, the company actually begins to listen.
Yep.
They have to. Maybe if we all shake hands and agree to quit our favorite gacha games for a month, they'll release the best patch of all time. You in? I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks a bunch for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more, and I hope to see you next time.
Hey man, I'll be real, Genizad. You know this as well as I do. I fucking quit Genshin Impact. And I'm sitting here waiting. Haven't touched it. Don't have that shit on my PC. I agree. If a gacha game you're playing, you are not enjoying, uninstall it. Uninstall it. And wait for them to fix it. This was a great video. I like it because he said everything that I've been saying for years. So it's great to see someone else echo my opinion that he absolutely copied from me. But it is what it is. We can still praise Genizad for what it is. Great little vid. Yo, Genizad, move in with me. Great vid. Go like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.